Tom Neville, tag sculch a kojama le shanara jay bomaje etru.
Yeah, thank you, Cahirlock. Obviously, I welcome the bill's discussion here tonight. It's raised quite an emotive debate, and we've had a number of different speakers on it and a number of different backgrounds. I think nobody here wants to impede Irish music and Irish produced music. I think it's around what's actually come on and the actual crux of the bill, and it's around the definition. Obviously, technology has changed music. It's a no-brainer over the past 10, 15 years, particularly over the past 10 years, the way music is consumed. And obviously it's digital platforms and across digital platforms now. And as Deputy Kelly mentioned there, obviously the advent of Spotify is flattening and we'd say MySpace and all these type of platforms is flattening music, and it's eroding the power of the record companies, and now the artists are dealing directly with radio stations or directly with the mediums. But I studied a Masters in Music Technology in UL in 2008, and the one big thing I found when I came back, there were 7 DJs, I was one of them, there were 7 composers, there were 7 electronic engineers, but there was no real push on the commercial side, there was no real push on the commercial education of music, and I think that's something that we need to work on to help artists. Artists by their nature focus on their art, but it's on the commercial side of it, because at the end of the day, obviously they have to pay bills, they have to try and make money, they have to raise kids and put food on the table as well to try and make a living out of that. But I think more education is needed in that to allow them to compete with the broader market that's out there. So the flattening of the industry has given them a broader market to actually go to, but it's also increased the competition as well, and that's the chicken and egg situation. So it's to give them the wherewithal. A lot of people who are in music are actually diversified into the digital marketing era anyway. They work in that area because it helps them in how they deliver their art. As I said, around the definition, I think that Deputy Penrose has probably come in good faith in how it's defined. But sorry, Deputy, I never interrupted you, so I'd appreciate if you'd allow me to speak.
Perhaps I would take the decision, Deputy, continue, and Deputy Penrose, do not interrupt. All right, Deputy Kelly.
I mean, when we take the likes of techno that was being mentioned here today, but there's a lot of Irish producers out there who are working on the likes of techno and hip-hop. And a lot of that is played on, and a lot of Irish artists are played on radio stations, because I listen to that genre quite a lot myself. And in my own masters, I actually teased out producer versus DJ versus composer. Where do the boundaries blur when it comes to composition, when it comes to playing? How do we define what is Irish? Is it the anchor? Is it the person who's actually delivering the music? Is it the composer? Is it the producer? Where does the music change? Because technology is moving so fast, the genres are moving so fast, it's extremely difficult to actually nail that down. I do agree with Deputy Ryan. In an environment where culture is allowed to flourish and where creativity is allowed to flourish, you come up with some brilliance. And I go back again to Riverdance, which happened 20 years ago. That was something that reinvented Irish dancing. Irish dancing was probably on its knees in the popular means. I know myself, in my age group it was, but when Riverdance came, it completely changed that, and that was born out of just brilliance and creativity. So we're not trying to take away from Irish artists here. I think, Deputy Penrose, what you've done tonight is you've really ratcheted up the political ladder, and you've really ratcheted up the profile of this and the discussion of this, and it's a discussion that was needed to have, because it's quite cathartic here, I think, everyone actually giving their views and talking about this. But music scenes come and go, and technology is driving things, and what used to happen in the 80s and the 90s isn't happening today. Grunge came and went, New Romantics came and went, punk came and went. These music scenes move on. If anything, and I've said it here before, our Irish music and our Irish culture survives. It keeps surviving. It's the one thing that keeps pushing through all the challenges. It comes through all the challenges. It goes through its dips and troughs, but it always comes there, and it's inherent in us. So I do welcome the debate, but I don't know if, and I don't think that actually coercing stations into playing a specific amount is going to work, because you do not want to either erode the platform that's there already that gives these bands the chance. But we do need to help these bands, educate them more on the commercial side, and help them beat the competition that's out there.